Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another big exciting day in my kitchen. We're in the new kitchen down here in my home in Fort Lauderdale, and it is beautiful and it's gorgeous. I'm so glad I'm not in upstate New York right now. I think it's like -4, or it was -4 degrees or something crazy. So we're down in the sunny, warm weather of Florida, and I'm excited to share something real special with you guys. We're gonna go to Milan. I'm gonna take everybody to Milan, and we're gonna make a Milanese cutlet, which is essentially a veal cutlet. And it is delicious, and it's tender, and it's gorgeous, and it tastes phenomenal. It's actually one of my favorite recipes, and my grandmother, Nonna Borio, used to make this, and I'm gonna show you how to make the traditional recipe, but I'll just throw in a couple little tips that Nonna Borio would do to make these something special or unique, if you will, unique recipe for your family. So let's go over ingredients. Let's start having some fun. First thing you're gonna need are 4 cutlets. So I've got a couple of marinating for you. I wanna show you what that looks like. But we're gonna do 4 veal cutlets, or 4 veal chops is what we want. And you want that bone. The true Milanese cutlet is gonna have that bone, and I wanna show you the real traditional recipe. So you're gonna want a bone, you're gonna want about a 1/2 inch, so these are about a 1/2 inch on the front end, the butcher, and they're a little bit thicker on the back end, but we'll prep those and I'll show you exactly what to do. Next, you're gonna need butter. Now we're gonna use butter to marinate the chop in, and we're gonna use butter to cook the chop in. A true Milanese cutlet is gonna use clarified butter, so I wanna show you how to do that. So we're gonna need in total a 1/2 pound of butter, or 2 sticks of butter. 1 stick, a little less than 1 stick, we're gonna use to marinate. The rest of it, we're gonna show you how to cook it in clarified butter. That is important. That's a true classic Milanese cutlet, so it's gonna give you that different flavor. You're gonna need a 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs, traditional non-flavored breadcrumbs. And then you're gonna want a 1.5 cups of panko breadcrumbs. So I like the panko, I like that it adds a little crunch. Now one of those tips my grandmother would do is she would actually add some cornmeal. So I always like to add that to our calamari recipe, some of our breading. So you can add some, if you will, polenta, you can add some cornmeal to get that extra crunch. And we're gonna season these here in a few minutes. So I'll show you how to prep those. Next you're gonna need some flour. So I've got a 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We're gonna need some herbs. We're gonna need some things not only to flavor our flour, our chops, and our breadcrumbs, but to marinate our chops, okay? So one thing you're gonna want is a 1/4 teaspoon of clove. Oh, clove is so delicious, so sweet. It's a very strong spice. So we only want a little bit, and we're only gonna use this in the marinade. So remember, only use this in the marinade. We're not gonna add it to our breading. Next, we've got a 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary. When you smell the aroma of rosemary, it helps your memory. Or maybe it's oregano. I can't remember. It must be oregano. All right, good news. I'll leave the humor on the back end. Just forget it. Don't even try to be funny. Here we've got some oregano. So we've got a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. Oregano is really earthy, and it's a gentle herb. Well, our rosemary goes so great. It goes great with fish, but it goes really well with meat. Lamb, which is great, as well as veal, as well as steak. Next, I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and thyme is earthy, but a little bit more herby than our oregano. Now, what we're gonna do with our other herbs, our oregano, our thyme, and our rosemary, we're gonna split those in half. So 1/2 of it's gonna go in our marinade, and the other 1/2 is gonna go to flavor our breadcrumbs. Now you're gonna want 2 whole eggs, and we're gonna use that as our dredge. You're gonna need salt, you're gonna need black pepper, freshly ground always, only. You're gonna need some olive oil. Now here's some great news. Anyone new to our channel, I actually own a farm in Italy, Puglia, Italy, right above the heel, and we co-op with a whole group of farms in that region to bring you some of the best extra virgin, true authentic Italian olive oil you're ever gonna have. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, geez, what'd you name the company? I named it after my 2 sons, Vito and Joe. And now you're thinking, how do I get some? I would love for you to get some. So listen, if you go on my Facebook page, Cooking Italian with Joe, or on our webpage, cookingitalianwithjoe.com, just click buy it now. You can grab yourself a few bottles. We've got a large and a small bottle. We'll drop ship it right to your front doorstep. Not only is it delicious, it's earthy and peppery, but I always think of it as taking a trip to Italy right in a bottle. A couple other things you're gonna want. You're gonna need some tongs in cooking. You're gonna need a spoon to create some clarified butter. Cast iron pan always, whether you're gonna use a porcelain pan or in this case, cast iron, it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna give you that heat, and that caramelization that you want on the outside of your cutlet. Medium-sized saucepan to clarify your butter, serving dish, and some hungry family members. And that's pretty much it. Maybe some Prosecco, I'm just saying, you know, because it goes good with everything, right? All right, so what do you say? Let's get going on our clarified butter and our marinade. Now I've got my medium pan, I just turned the heat on, and I'm gonna put my 2 sticks of butter in. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna cook this down to separate your milk solids, your liquid, and then that butter fat. And that butter fat is what you want, and that's what we're gonna marinate, and that's what we're gonna cook these in. Let's go check our butter. It's almost fully melted, and we don't wanna brown the butter, we wanna clarify it. So we wanna warm it up enough to create separation, which you can start to see happening right now. So quickly, see how the butter is bubbling? That's the moisture coming off the butter. So that's what I wanna do. I basically wanna keep cooking it down until it stops bubbling. And then at that point, we're pretty much done. And we'll scoop the butter solids off the top. Now let's make our marinade. I'm gonna take some Vito and Joe's olive oil, a couple tablespoons tops, black pepper, about a half of a teaspoon of salt, all of my clove, and then we're gonna do about half of that rosemary, half of that oregano, and half of our thyme. And now give this a stir. Guys, our butter's set, so any of the solids that you wanna get off, see that foam? And you're gonna see some of it'll coagulate. You just wanna get rid of as much of that as you can. Now I don't want the stuff on the bottom, I only want the clarified portion. And I only want about half of this. Now give that a stir. I'm gonna season my veal. And you always wanna season in layers. And we want these right about room temp, so I left them out a little bit. Like I said, I got the other 2 in there marinating. I wanna go ahead and thin these down a little bit, so I'm gonna tenderize them a little bit. So what I wanna do is I wanna get them down to about 1/4 inch. So real simple, just take a mallet of some sort, a tenderizer. And then what you want to do is any of this connective tissue, you want to get off the veal because it'll make it chewy. And then what you're going to do is you're going to marinate your chops in this and then put it on a plate. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and cover up my 4 chops. I'm going to let them marinate for at least a half hour to 45 minutes before I dredge them. In my breadcrumbs, I'm gonna take my thyme, I'm gonna take my oregano, and then I'm gonna take my rosemary. Take a half a teaspoon of salt, half of a teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. And then with my panko and my regular breadcrumbs, I'm gonna go ahead and stir that up. Also in seasoning in layers, I gotta season up my flour. Same thing, I'm gonna take a half a teaspoon of salt, half of a teaspoon of fresh ground pepper, and then give it a nice stir with your fork. While everything's marinating, I want to get my eggs going for my dredge. With my 2 eggs, I'm going to add a cup of water and then give them a good stir. Veal chop has been tenderized and it's marinated. We're good to go. And now I've got my dredge station set up. So I've got my flour, my egg mixture, and my breadcrumbs all seasoned. I got a plate, I got my tongs. I'm going to go ahead and dredge my meat through the 3, plate it, and then get ready to fry it. Veal goes in the flour, and make sure you get that bone covered as well. You're gonna get a nice crisp on that. Give it a really good shake. Now we're going in our egg mixture and get it fully coated with the egg mixture. Now I'm gonna put it right in the breadcrumbs. And I'm gonna use my hand for this part. Try not to get it wet. You really wanna put some pressure on the meat to get those breadcrumbs to stick. And then we're gonna plate it and get it ready to cook. Don't put the other one on top of it because we don't want them to sweat. And we wanna get cooking on them quicker because we don't want the breadcrumbs to absorb all the moisture and get soggy. Okay guys, a couple of tips. I want my cast iron pan nice and hot. I'm gonna get my clarified butter and a little olive oil in there. My chops are ready to go. They're freshly breaded. You want the breadcrumbs nice and crisp when you put it in that clarified butter with the olive oil. A couple other things that make these chops come out mwah, molto deleccio is when you subscribe to the channel. So smash that red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, absolutely, and a notification bell. That way anything we got going on at the farm, blogging with Borio, any new recipes, any new trips, and everything will come to your notification box. And when you guys subscribe to the channel, you become part of the Cooking Italian with Joe family, you know, and it really means a lot to me. Other tip, don't forget to grab your olive oil. Oh wait, I can hear it being shipped to your house right now. Okay, you already did that. All right, so what do you say? Let's get cooking and then let's get eating. First thing I want to do is take a few tablespoons of Vito and Joe's olive oil, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my clarified butter. And what I'm looking for here, guys, is I'm looking, see those bubbles? I'm looking for those bubbles, and I'm looking for the waves within the oil. Then I know it's gonna be really hot. Guys, we're ready to go. First chop going right in. Give it a nice push. Next chop. Guys, I just flipped that. I got a little cold spot in my pan, so I'll have to flip that back and then just go back. Oh yeah, beautiful. I'll tell you the aroma right now, absolutely delicious. Look at that caramelization, that crusting that's happening. I'll get a nice even cook here in a minute. I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. Oh boy, I'll tell you, my kitchen is filled with the aroma of deliciousness. You know what it is, it's favorite time, it's taste time. Guys, look at that. So I want to get that perfect bite. So I'm gonna grab this end here because I got a good amount of crisp. and give that a nice cut. Guys, that is perfect. I got a cut to medium, maybe just a little bit more, and I've got a beautiful, delicious crunch cooked in that clarified butter. All right, here we go. You ready? It's Cooking Italian with Joe. Taste time. Oh, it's hot. The aroma is absolutely perfect, and then you get that crunch. And the breadcrumbs are delicious, and you got that panko, so it gives it just a little extra texture, which I love. Now you're getting that flavor of the meat. Salt is perfect, seasoning's perfect. I got the oregano, the rosemary, the thyme, and then the flavor of the veal just keeps coming through as it mixes with the breadcrumbs. And not only is the meat perfect and tender, but because it's cooked in that clarified butter, there's a silkiness to it, like a delicate flavor to it, which is so delicious. And I've had this ever since I was a kid many times. My grandmother, Nona, and my grandfather, Giuseppe Borio, they're actually from Piedmonte. They're actually from northern Italy, where this recipe is very popular. The crunch is just phenomenal. I know what I'm having for lunch and dinner today. There's no doubt about it. What a delicious recipe. Guys, thanks so much for joining me in my kitchen and taking a trip to Milan, Italy today. Wasn't that fun? Now remember, click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, smash it, and also hit that notification bell. That way anything we got going on will come right to your notification box and, hey, makes you part of the family. You know what I mean? Grab yourself some olive oil at cookingitalianwithjoe.com. Either my Facebook page or my webpage, where you can find all our recipes that you can print out for yourself and your family. And you know what? My last tip and my most important tip, and the main reason we do our videos is, once a week, a couple of times a month, get around the table with your family and celebrate your heritage, whatever that may be. But I'll tell you what, even more important, set some traditions. They'll last you a lifetime. I know they did for me. Hey guys, from my kitchen to yours, until next week, mwah, buon appetito.